As Maggie opened her eyes, she felt the sun's warmth, accompanied by the gentle morning breeze on her cheeks. As she thought of the day's excitement, a nervous energy surged through her, quickening her pulse. A magical time of this year was signaled by the sounds of the forest as everything awoke from its deep sleep. A beautiful thought crossed her mind, and she threw off the blanket, shivering as the cold air danced around her. When her bare feet touched the cold wood of the bedroom floor, a shiver, like a ghostly touch, ran down her spine. The sun, which was coming through the window, painted dancing shadows on everything, while Maggie looked at the purple curtains. White, fluffy snow filled her mind as she thought of winter. Reaching for the branch, her fingertips brushed against the bark's rough surface. Some would say it was her ability to dream during the day or night, but for her, it was a way to understand the world through a new lens. As Maggie moved the curtains, the sun streamed in, instantly warming her skin and shaking off the remaining traces of sleep. Her features softened as a gentle smile played upon her lips, bringing a spark to her eyes. She reached for the handle of the window, its cold metal a contrast to the warm room, and pressed to open it. The leaf twirled in the air, captivating her as the wind carried it away, its form a blur in her sight. Her eyebrows furrowed as she marveled at the magic of seeing a leaf unfurl, a sign of new life in an awakening world. The tree near her house swayed, and Maggie looked at its branches as if they were making a graceful gesture, asking her to step outside and enjoy the sun. Like that leaf caught in the wind, her thoughts swirled and twirled. From out of nowhere, a loud rumble vibrated through the ground. As a shiver crawled down Maggie's spine, the rustling leaves whispered, a reminder of nature's unpredictable ways. With a heavy heart, she turned away from the window and closed it with a soft click. As quickly as the wisp of smoke blew away, so did the happiness she felt for the day. On the desk, Maggie found her night candle, now a melted mess with the teardrops of wax clinging to the side. Who could have predicted that the tiniest detail would hold such fascination? She inched closer, the stand of wax filling her nostrils as she reached her hand towards the dying candle. Her fingertips grazed the edges, sensing the subtle transformation of the wax which yielded to her touch. Everything can be changed, even when you touch it with your finger, soul, or heart, for better or worse, mumbled Maggie under her breath. Her fingers pressed into the wax, and as they did, her mind whirled and twirled like a leaf caught in a playful gust. As anything was possible, anything could be changed with the right mindset. And Maggie inhaled deeply, the scent of the wax filling her lungs as she contemplated her life while playing with the droplet. The thought of nothing and everything swirled in her mind, prompting her to ponder the universe's endless expanse. A quick glance over her shoulder at the row of plants near the other window, and she was reminded of the cycles of life and death, falls and uprisings. Maggie slowly moved away from the desk, her feet tracing the path of the sunlight's warmth on the wooden floor as she approached her plants. As the sweet scent of the roses waffled past, she smiled, her thoughts drifting to the cherished moments of her life. Recalling the beauty of those times, her heart fluttered gently like a butterfly, stirring a warmth inside similar to the thought of the hot chocolate with a cinnamon. She watched the stream, a swirl of honey sweetness, and a hint of the bitterness, as the marshmallows softened in a warmth. The bitterness of nothing and the sweetness of everything in life, whispered Maggie under her breath. The delicate crimson petals brushed against her fingertips as she reached for the roses, and a deep breath filled her lungs with the sweet scent of the flowers. and the earthy smell of the soil, which reminded her to ground herself in reality. Nothing and everything blend together, where anything is possible. As she slowly moved away from the nature's corner, Maggie watched the raindrops on the window like tiny silver tears quickly sliding down the glass. A feeling that time was slipping away like a sand through her fingers emerged in her thoughts, making her feel as though she couldn't fully live her life. Her mood swung wildly, mirroring the unpredictable dance of weather. As if a magic trick, the rain became a flurry of colorful leaves, lifted and spun by the gusts of wind. The warm sun's embrace faded, replaced by an icy feeling that whispered she was insufficient. A shiver ran down Maggie's spine as she imagined the forever night's suffocating darkness, and her heart skipped a beat. Her fingers trembled with the weight of the fate, knowing nothing in existence could prevent death. The sun rises to be replaced by the moon at the end of its journey. There is a cycle for everything, stated Maggie. Taking a deep breath, she moved closer to the desk and reached for a new candle, replacing the old one, which had wax tears that looked like tiny frozen waterfalls. A quick stroke of a match, the flame's warmth contrasting the chill as the sulphur burned with a faint hiss. She lit up the knot, the hesitant fibers revealing their true nature before they found the strength to bloom. A soft smile played on her lips as she considered the end of the old and the start of the new. She approached the bed, lost in thought, and seated herself on the edge, her fingers tracing the subtle patterns of the fabric. Glancing at the window, she noticed stars twinkling like silent storytellers, hinting the new beginnings for her waking hours the following day. Maggie sighed as she laid in bed, pulling the blanket around her and accepting the cycle of life where everything changes and nothing stays the same.